Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 11 of my FC25 career mode with Bradford City. If you do go on to enjoy today's episode, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 30 likes on today's video? That'd be massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below. Now we'll start out by having a look at the league table. As you can see, we are currently 9th, but we do have a game in hand on a lot of teams. Win our game in hand and we could go as high as 5th. That gap though between ourselves and the automatic promotion places is now 6 points. We've drawn far too many games so far this season, so we need to start turning a few of them into wins. The first one of today's episode is Cheltenham away, so we'll go straight into the opponent analysis. Obviously, they're going to play the 5-3-2. Who doesn't play that formation? We'll do some pre-match training as well. We'll quickly do some rush and effort touch. We've also got a message from Ollie Sanderson. Let's see what he's saying. He wants to start this game against Cheltenham, which I think is pretty unlikely given the recent formation change, which, as we saw in the last episode, spoiler if you haven't already seen it, we absolutely smashed. I think it was Crew, wasn't it? I haven't played the career mode for a couple of days, but we're going to stick with the exact same team, well, in terms of the starting 11 anyway, for this game. We might get Beck some minutes in there as well. I realise his first name is Florian, so that's certainly an interesting name. It reminded me of, I think it's Football Factory, when you got Danny Dyer in the toilets and he said his name's like Florence or something stupid like that. Either way, let's get into it. Well, I'm trying to change the camera angle, but Jamie Walker is already in on goal, and that is 1-0 inside the first at 5 minutes. It took me forever to change that camera angle. I don't think it's taken as long as that before, but the menus are so laggy, it's almost impossible to do so you will have missed a lot of that build-up play. Jamie Walker's on the score sheet, 5 minutes on the clock, the Bantams are ahead. We have found the formation, which is cooking, ladies and gentlemen. Andy Cook, I believe, there with the assist. And back to my previous point about Danny Dyer, I think I said Florence. He said his name was Dorian, didn't he? Either way, Walker with a brilliant strike into the back of the net. With just 5 minutes gone on the clock, we are ahead in this one. Obviously, a 1-1 draw it finished in real life, and we scored quite early in that one, so I'm hoping we can see this one out and get a couple more goals. Magoma with a corner on this near side. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger. Sends it towards the front post. Diabate is going to flick on. That's pretty comfortably into the side netting though. I'm still not too sure why Check Diabate is the captain. I know we obviously sold Richie Smallwood, but I thought it would have gone to Corey Evans or someone like that, to be honest. Corner ball here for Cheltenham. Kinsella will take a right-footed outswinger sent in towards the near post. It's flicked on, it's dropped for a Cheltenham player, and eventually it's very scrappy in the penalty area, but we will just about be able to clear there. Good save from Sam Walker, definitely one though you would expect him to make, and thankfully we seem to have got away with one a little bit there, because that set piece certainly causes a little bit of a problem. Walker now coming forward. He's got Lewis Richards as the furthest man ahead of him. Andy Cook looks for our left back. He's going to shoot. He's going to go only just wide, not a million miles away. I don't think Lewis Richards has scored so far this season, but he found himself really advanced up the pitch. He's shot not a million miles away, to be fair. Not a bad attempt for a left back. Magoma picks up the ball over on the far side. He's going to look to cut inside here and find Andy Cook. He's going to go with a first time strike. It's spilled by the keeper. Walker chooses to not shoot. He lays it off to Patterson, scorer of a hat-trick in the last game, and eventually Cheltenham smash it clear. We're struggling a little bit to get that second goal, and as we know previously from all of our experiences so far this season, when we don't get a second goal, we normally do end up conceding, so another one before half-time would be very nice. Or a Cheltenham going to come forward here and grab that equaliser. Bakari picks it up, looks inside here for Norket, through ball into Bowman, the former Exeter and Shrewsbury man, but his shot is well wide, and that probably will be the last highlight before half-time unless something crazy happens. Cheltenham coming forward here on the counter-attack after we gave the ball away in a pretty sloppy position, to be honest with you. Eventually it finds Norket, clipped into the box, but that is a pretty easy claim for Sam Walker. I'm glad we got that early goal, because it takes a bit of pressure off us to try and force a goal really in the second half, because we have had some other chances to score another goal, but we've just not quite had that clinical edge. And I would say again, Paris Magoma has had a pretty poor game, so I think we will be getting Florian Beck on the pitch at some point. As Brad Halliday picks up the ball over on the far side into Andy Cook, looks for the back heel, but it's intercepted by the Cheltenham player, and that should see us through to half-time. There we go, the referee eventually blows his whistle. I'm sure the fourth official probably did 7 laps of the pitch by that point. If you don't understand, go back and watch some previous episodes. Fitness looks pretty fine for the large part. Again, we'll keep an eye on Richards and Kelly. Them two always seem to be very tired, but we'll get into the second half and hope for more of the same. Halliday now driving down this near side, goes inside to Paris Magoma, looks for Andy Cook, ball inside to Walker, isn't amazing, and now Cheltenham will have the opportunity to come forward on the counter-attack. I would definitely say defensively we seem to be a lot more solid and structured. Despite having one less defender in there, we never really get cut open, to be honest with you. And I think it helps having the midfielders, the two holding midfielders, to constantly stay back. The fullbacks tuck in nicely as well. Volley there is well wide, and we will make a triple substitution. Magome is going to now come off for Florian Beck. Jack Shepherd is going to come on as well for Kieran Kelly, and we're also going to bring on Ollie Sanderson for Jamie Walker on that left wing. He's been asking for some game time. It might have been a slightly unorthodox position, but the goal scorer is departing the pitch for the Fulham loanee. Academy graduate Florian Beck driving forward the ball, looks to clip one towards Andy Cook. That is cleared away, but the 16-year-old will pick up the ball again into Ollie Sanderson. First touch of the game for him. He's going to get off a shot, and he's forced a really good save there from Owen Evans on his second spell, I believe, with the Robins. They're now bringing on former Bantam George Miller as well. We saw Kian Harrott score in the last episode. Is George Miller going to come on and grab a goal for Cheltenham? Diabate looking to jump, but eventually Kinsella will smash that ball clear. Halliday wins the second ball, and we should be able to just relax ourselves a little bit now. Corner ball for us on this near side up with Florian Beck to take. Right-footed outswinger, clipped in towards that front post. Free header away though for Cheltenham, and they get the second ball away as well. We will schedule our final two changes of the game to come through at some point. Richards will come off for Callum Johnson, and Anthony Sarsvik is going to come on for Andy Cook. We will put Sanderson up front, Sarsvik in the middle, and Patterson out onto the left-hand side. But again, with our front three midfielders, they all do rotate between themselves. Beck has found himself in a load of room. His pass to Sanderson isn't amazing though, and Cheltenham regain possession. Patterson finds Ollie Sanderson. Lovely one-touch, two-touch football from us here. Sanderson picks it up now. He's going to hit one from distance, and again, he's forced a good save from Owen Evans. He's made a few, especially in this second half. I'm really hoping though that we don't get done with a sucker punch. Can we get the second goal? Beck will send this corner into the box. It's deep, looking for Patterson for some reason. It might drop here. Eventually, Owen Evans does claim it. Around 10 minutes or so left on the clock. Are we going to be able to see this one out? Sanderson in a little bit of space. He's going to hit one again, and once more he's forced a good save from Owen Evans. I think if he just gets a little bit closer, then he might start converting some of these chances, because he's getting into some really good positions. On off the bench is Ollie Sanderson, and now Beck sends the ball into the box looking for Diabate, and oh my god, is that the best header you have ever seen? I'm pretty sure he scored in the last episode. Check Diabate, post-injury, pre-injury. He has been arguably our most important player so far this season. Our bad run of form has only come when he has been injured. When he's been fit, we have been flying in the league, and it's not just what he offers defensively. He scores goals from set pieces as well. Another assist for Florian Beck, but that's about 12 yards out, not exactly perpendicular with the goal. Like the angle on that, the curve on the header, that is the best header I think I've ever seen. That beats Andy Cook's header against Newport in real life a couple of weeks ago, maybe a couple of months ago now. I can't even remember when that game was. That wraps up the 3 points for us, and it's going to be back-to-back wins if you factor in how last episode ended. Absolutely excellent. Unless we crumble. You know, this is Bradford City that we are talking about. Just because I'm manager, the hierarchy is still the same. Beck picks up the ball into Anthony Sarsvik on off the bench, squares it for Sanderson straight at the keeper, and he gets the follow-up 3-0 to the Bantams. Ollie Sanderson finally finds himself on the score sheet. Someone let me know down in the comment section down below if you can remember how many goals has Ollie Sanderson got so far this season, because I don't think it'll be many, to be honest with you. He's finally got himself on the score sheet, and he deserves that. You know, he wanted to start this match. He got his opportunity on off the bench, and eventually he is going to get his goal after about his 6th or 7th shot. He's forced the keeper into some really good saves, so I'm delighted that he's finally managed to get himself on the score sheet. And I do think that will probably be the last action of this match as we approach added time. 3 minutes added on at the end of today's game. George Miller's going to get off a shot, saved pretty comfortably though by Sam Walker. A clean sheet would be very nice. We've not had many of them so far this season. Sanderson has had 6 shots. He's literally been on the pitch for about 40 minutes, if that. Maybe 35 minutes potentially, but Anthony Sarsvik there wins the ball back very nicely. I think he's had a pretty positive impact as well on off the bench. He's gained us some yardage up the pitch. Brilliant way to start the episode. 3-0 win away from home against a pretty solid Cheltenham side that should probably see us move back into the top 7 as well, back into a playoff spot with a brilliant 3-0 win. We do now have a couple of messages to go through and read. Neil Burnett says he needs more games, boss. Not playing isn't good enough for where I am in my career. You're out of order. Stop speaking to me. Leave me alone, Neil Byrne. I wanted you to leave in the summer. Get out of my face. Ollie Sanderson, hey boss, thanks for listening to what I had to say. I really appreciate the chance to play while I'm in such good form. Great performance. Keep it up. Well done, Ollie Sanderson. We've got Bromley at home next. They're in the bottom 2. We win this game, we could potentially go back into that top 3 as well. Are Bromley like points adrift. No, they're only 1 point adrift from safety. Newport, though, they're really struggling. They've won 2 of their first 10. They're on track to win 4-5 games maximum all season. Goodness me. Bromley, though, I think it won't be an easy game, but we're at home, so 3 points would be very nice. Back at Odsal. I've just realised as well, it's actually the 21st of December, so the January transfer window is not going to be a million miles away. And I've got a notification here about 6 player contracts are set to expire soon. Sam Walker, Callum Johnson, Lewis Richards, Zach Hayday, and can I see the other ones? Gabriel Wadsworth and Harry Ibbotson. So none that I'm desperate to keep as of right now. All certainly replaceable, but if we get any offers in for these players, or I think if you get a notification they're going to sign a pre-contract, then I think you can still offer them. But if any of them are set to leave in the summer, I don't think it would be the end of the world, in all honesty. Bromley at home then, we'll ignore the press conference. We'll do some pre-match training first. We'll go into the passing and do some extreme hot potato, and we'll have a look at the opponent analysis as well. 5-4-1 flat, so slightly different to what we have faced so far. Michael Cheek as a lone striker. I don't think pacing behind is something we need to worry about in this game, and we'll get into it then. Any potential changes? No, the team's fully fit and available, so I see no reason to really change it. Let's just get straight into it. Bromley coming forward early doors though here with, I think it's Whiteley, it might be Whitley, one of the two. Either way, it's coming here to the number 22, Thompson now. Back into 22, gets away from Diabate and hits one, and that is a good save from Sam Walker. It's not the easiest of saves to make, but that is a pretty decent save from our number 1. And now Thompson will swing in a right-footed out-swinger. Ball towards the near post, Patterson flicks on. We don't win the second ball, it's back in the penalty area, and eventually we should be able to deal with that one. Lewis Richards picks up the ball. Can he cross in or find Andy Cook? He cuts it back here for Andy Cook, and there is the opening goal. 14 minutes on the clock. Andy Cook back amongst the goals. He's got a couple of assists in the last few matches for the Bantams, but he is back on the score sheet again. He saw what Ollie Sanderson did in the last game, thought his position might potentially be up for grabs, but Andy Cook is once again among the goals for the Bantams. Patterson with the ball in behind to Richards. He eventually cuts the ball back. Andy Cook with a first time left-footed finish. By the way that ball moved, did it hit the post or did it go straight in off the side netting? It's a very unorthodox finish. It has gone in off of the post into the back of the net. I think less than quarter of an hour gone on the clock. It's Bradford City 1 at Bromley 0. The perfect start to this game. Imagine we win 3 games in a row in one episode. That's unheard of. And we're coming forward straight away here with Jamie Walker. Gets away from his man and hits one. And that is a good save from Smith in between the sticks for, I think Bromley are called the Ravens, aren't they? Corner ball to come. Magoma will take right-footed in swinger. Can he find Chet Diabate? He's aimed for him. He hasn't won the flick on this occasion. And the ball will drop to Alex Patterson. A little bit of time for him to pick a pass. That certainly looked offside. We've somehow, though, I think won a corner. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know where. Well, I know where. It's Odsal Stadium, isn't it? Corner ball to come. Magoma sends it in. Really good ball in. Cook challenging. Takes out a few Bromley players, but doesn't win the ball. That is an excellent through ball. Cook on the score sheet again. It's 2-0. Is he onside? He is. Goodness me. I don't even know how to describe it, what I've just seen. There's a bit of a ricochet in the midfield. I don't know if we have possession or they have possession. Eventually, I think Patterson plays the ball through there to Jamie Walker. Is that correct? Patterson plays it through to Walker. I thought he was going to shoot. First time pass though, across goal to find Andy Cook, who drills it into the back of the net. It's Bradford City 2 at Bromley 0. The keeper, I think, should definitely be doing better with that, in all honesty. I'm surprised Cook's not offside in that position. I'm also really surprised that Walker decided to square that. I think in real life he probably would have shot, and no one can really blame him, to be honest with you. 25 minutes gone on the clock though. 2-0 to the Bantams. Andy Cook at the double. Patterson picks up the ball here. Looking to twist and turn into Andy Cook for the hat-trick. And Andy Cook has a first half hat-trick. Not a perfect one. He's not going to care though. 3 goals to the good to the Bantams. And 3 goals and a match ball going home with Andy Cook. Absolutely brilliant. We have torn Bromley apart in this first half. The 4-2-3 one is definitely the way forward. Anyone who was considering Drake out, this is proof that you've got to trust the process. A manager isn't always going to get it right at the first time of asking. But I've definitely got it right with this formation, tactics, system, the players that I'm playing as well. We don't even need January anymore. We do know though that Jamie Walker and Kieran Kelly will probably be leaving in the next couple of episodes. I would say probably the next episode, but it might be the one after that. I don't know how busy our Christmas period is going to be, so there is going to be business done in January, and obviously I'm trying to keep it semi-realistic and not just go out and sign any wonder kid that I know, and I'm trying to only sign players that really come up on my scout report. As Bromley come forward here, swing a ball into the box, that could be a problem. Well headed out by Kieran Kelly on one of his final few appearances for Bradford City. Lewis Richards finds Andy Cook. He's hungry for a fourth before half-time. Magoma now finds Jamie Walker. Can he get a goal? That's a good block there, I think, by Byron Webster in the end, and Bromley should be able to deal with that one, and that will probably see us through until half-time. The fourth official marking Chet Diabate in the middle of the pitch. I don't know why this is still not being patched. I've just had to do a 5 GB update before I started recording this episode. We're 3-0 up. The job is definitely done, so we will give some game time to some other players. Patterson is going to come off for Beck. Sarcevic is going to come on as well for Corey Evans. We'll also get Jack Shepherd on for Kieran Kelly. Callum Johnson will come on for Lewis Richards, and we'll save our final sub for now, just in case we get an injury or something like that. But 4 changes at the break. Hopefully I'm not going to kind of ruin our momentum in the way that we're playing, but I feel like just might as well rest players. We've got a busy Christmas period coming up. Andy Cook will definitely be the player coming off. I'm not too sure which striker will be coming on those. That is a rogue pass, and Andy Cook, give him a week's wages fine. Passley picks up the ball here for Bromley, sends one into the box. Thompson unmarked, and Bromley have a goal back. I'm not too sure why we were so open there, but Bromley are on the score sheet. Disappointing, there's going to be no clean sheet in this game. I don't really know where that came from, to be honest with you. Callum Johnson was nowhere to be seen. Jack Shepherd was nowhere to be seen. Are we sure we've subbed them on? Are they still sat in the changing room? Diabate then has to try and cover, and he's never going to get back with his man at that point. I don't think we need all these vertical hang time nonsense. That is walk, isn't it? Goodness me. Sam Walker stands no chance. Bromley have a goal back. Let's hope it's nothing to be too concerned about. I mean, it would be lovely to go up the other end straight away and give them an immediate response, as Andy Cook has nearly found the top corner from 20 yards out. Corner ball to come. Magoma will take. Right-footed outswinger. Can he find Chet Diabate again? He's aiming for him. This time it's headed away by the Bromley number 30. Halliday will pick up the second ball. Just going to stop for a minute, finds Diabate. Cook looked to be offside there, apparently he's not. We've somehow won another corner. Are these linesmen awake? Because there's been a couple times in this game so far where I'm not too convinced by the linos decisions, and obviously they're benefiting us, so I'm not going to complain too much. Diabate now finds Brad Halliday, plays a 1-2 out wide into Magoma, the man on loan from Brentford, who's not really delivered really so far this season. Magoma now finds Walker into Cook, into Florian Beck, and he had a bit more time probably than what he thought there, although they've played it straight back to him. I think it's Andy Cook who scored again. Andy Cook's got his 4th. It's another assist for Florian Beck. I think we've already got our Jamie Walker replacement. Beck is going to go straight into the side. We might put Joe Adams on the bench. I don't think we're going to miss much with Jamie Walker, because Beck is getting assists for fun. He's got another one here. It's poor from Bromley. It's another goal for Andy Cook. It's 4-1 to the Bantams. And if you were me in this position, who would you bring on? Would you bring Jatta on? Would you bring Sanderson on? Just because Sanderson scored in the last game, but I also want to be balanced with the minutes, so I'm not really too sure what the right decision is. The right decision is definitely to bring Andy Cook off, but who for? I mean, we could put Colin Doyle up front and just completely mess everyone about. We'll bring Jatta on, give him a chance to prove what his worth is, as we know Sanderson obviously did score in the last game. Andy Cook gets 4 goals in an hour and is now subbed off the pitch. What a man, absolute legend. He's probably on about 15 goals now this season. Sorry, how has he put that one in from that angle? Jamie Walker's on the score sheet. He's 5-1 to the Bantams. I thought that was going to get blocked or going wide. I genuinely did not think I would need to commentate over that, because normally when you're in them positions the shots get blocked. It's 5-1 to the Bantams. Walker actually span away from his man pretty comfortably. From the angle that I saw, I thought number 5 there was stood right in front of him. It's a very good finish into the back of the net. Maybe he's proving a point that, well, you shouldn't have sold me because I'm scoring a load of goals now. Potentially so. I still think Florian Beck will be good enough to replace Walker. The money that we're getting as well will be very important. 5-1 at Ted Bantams. You can't say you're not enjoying this Drake ball. We're absolutely free-flowing. You might not enjoy my commentary though, because probably for that moment you thought that had died or something. Walker finds Paris Magoma. Can we get him a goal contribution? That would be very nice. Jatta's in, and Jatta's put the ball wide. He has certainly not lived up to expectation. I can't remember how many hundreds of thousands of pounds that we wasted on Alassane Jatta, but he's not really delivered, has he, so far? He is actually probably 3rd choice striker at the moment. As a lone striker, I would rather have Sanderson at the top end of the pitch rather than Jatta. I don't know if we'll be able to sell him in January. I can't remember how much we signed him for, and obviously you can't really find that out. It's not held anywhere, and I only like to really sell players for a profit, so I don't want to sell him for like 50 grand, as Bromley have nearly got a goal back there. But it's been a really good performance from us. Obviously Andy Cook getting the 4 goals is certainly the main takeaway from this one. I would like to have a look at the kind of golden boot race and see who's at what, but this formation is definitely getting the best out of Andy Cook. We saw though in real life that you play Andy Cook as a lone striker in a 4-2-3-1 and you'll get the best out of him, and we're absolutely flying since we've gone to this formation. That should see us through until full time. 5-1 to the Bantams, 8 goals scored, 1 conceded so far in this episode. Let's go make it 3 wins out of 3. I think that was probably the final game before Christmas as well. And what a way to end the episode. Gillingham away, table toppers versus 4th in the table. This is a big match. Win this game again, we could potentially go back into that top 3. We are currently hunting down Grimsby in 3rd place. Gillingham have got 7 more points than us so far this season. You think it felt like we didn't win for 2 months. It goes to show how poor that this league is, but recently we're starting to add a bit of consistency into our game. Is there a way to find out the golden boot race? I feel like it'll be somewhere around here, but I don't know where. Here we go. Here's the golden boot race. So Lyle Taylor's got 12 at Colchester. He's got 13, sorry, at Colchester. Cook's got 12. Ironside's also got 12. And then you're looking at 9s with Muldoon and Stevens, Bogle, Daly, Jimmy Knowles. Giovanni Brown's on 8 with Shamanga. Paul Lewis has got 8 for Morecambe. Josh Davison's got 8 as well, so he's doing quite well, is Andy Cook, but clearly Lyle Taylor is the man to catch. Let's get into some pre-match training then. We're actually going to work on set pieces in this one. We're going to do some penalties. I don't think we've seen a single penalty in the whole career mode so far, and it's the biggest game of the season. They're also playing a 4-2-3-1, so it's 4-2-3-1 versus 4-2-3-1. Have we got any other important emails? I don't think so. Gillingham away. Everybody seems to be fit and available. Is this the time to start really experimenting? I don't think so, but Beck, I think, deserves a start over Magoma. Beck has been a much better performer than Paris Magoma so far this season, so why would I not? I've also seen Corey Evans' rating. I think when we signed him, he was 66. He's now down to 64 already. I think we only signed him on a 1-year deal, though, so nothing really to be too concerned about that. Let's get into it then. Final game of today's episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of good stuff. 30 likes, as always, is massively appreciated. And let's see if we can make this 3 wins out of 3. Richards picks up the ball over on the far side into Alex Patterson. Looking to potentially drop a step over. Inside here to Lewis Richards once more. Back into Andy Cook. And there is the chance for the opening goal of the game. Andy Cook, now the joint top goal scorer in the division, level with Lyle Taylor. I guess unless he scored inside the first 30 minutes of his game. Either way, we are ahead in the biggest game of the season so far. Away to top of the league. And Andy Cook has found himself on the score sheet, as he has done a lot so far in today's episode. But he was never going to miss from there. Drills it into the back of the net. Look at the way it rides up the net. Absolutely fantastic. Bradford ahead, away at top of the table, Gillingham. This is a big statement. And Andy Cook, 13th goal of the season in the 14th minute. 13 goals in 22 matches. He is absolutely flying. Brilliant start. Nolan picks up the ball here in a little bit of room, looking for the ball in behind. It's a brilliantly weighted pass, and that is terrible from Sam Walker. Jacob Wakeling with the leveller in this one, and Sam Walker proving once again why he needs to be replaced. He's one of the biggest problems for me in this team. He's made a couple of good saves so far in this game. It's a great ball in behind there from Nolan. Wakeling takes a touch shot, and it just drills past Sam Walker at the near post. Literally, if he just stands up, he's going to save that, but he backpedals for some reason. His hands are nowhere even close to where the ball's going to go, and Gillingham are level just before the half-an-hour mark. A really, really disappointing goal to concede. One that's pretty unavoidable. You can't knock the ball in behind there from Nolan. That's an outstanding pass, but the goalkeeping, I'm going to criticise. Patterson picks up the ball on this near side. Can he create something? Maybe get a ball into the box. He's drifted away from his natural position in the middle, swapped over with Walker for the time being. Really close to the half-time mark. If something's going to happen, it needs to happen now. Walker finds Patterson. Looks for Richards on the overlap. He's got him behind. Has to be a ball into the box. He sends one in. It's very deep. Beck tries to head towards goal. Gillingham are able to clear, and Halliday goes back in to check Diabate. There is the half-time whistle. Gillingham won. Bradford won. A point here wouldn't be the end of the world, but I'm absolutely desperate for us to pick up all 3 in this game. I am slightly going to tweak where everybody is playing. I'm going to put Beck over onto the left, Walker in the middle, and Patterson out onto the right-hand side. I'm going to swap Bailey and Evans over, just to give everyone a bit of a different role, to try and maybe confuse the Gillingham players. Hopefully it doesn't confuse our players, and I've kind of overthought something where I didn't really need to. I guess only time's going to tell. Lewis Richards picks up the ball over on the far side, inside here to Beck. Is he going to lay it off for Cook? He finds him. Andy Cook, he's done it again. Sir Andrew Ellis Cook, what a man. He is absolutely incredible. He shuts up the Gillingham fans with a lovely little shush, and the eyebrows on Florian Beck are absolutely disgusting out there. I don't care who've just scored there. He needs to go see an eyebrow specialist, because they are a thing of hideousness. He's got another assist though, Florian Beck. He is the assist king. He's probably our top assister so far this season. Brilliant ball through. Andy Cook's on the score sheet. Yet another brace for the big man. He is absolutely flying so far since the formation change, really. I'd love to know how many goals he'd got before the formation change and post the formation change, because I reckon it was only 3 maybe before we changed this formation. Now though, he's absolutely flying. Andy Cook there with some brilliant pressing. He wins the ball back off of Masterson. Can he get the room for a shot for the hat-trick? His shot on this occasion does squirm wide of that far post. 20 minutes left on the clock. Let's now schedule some substitutions. Sarcevic is going to come on for Jamie Walker as that attacking midfielder. Again, Johnson is going to come on for Richards. Kelly is going to come off for Shepherd. I don't know why them two managed to get so tired. I don't really know. Magoma is going to come off for Evans, and we are actually going to put Sarcevic as the holding midfielder. We'll put Magoma in the number 10 spot, and we'll actually save the final substitution for now because Andy Cook is flying and I want him to get that hat-trick. George Lapsley is also leaving the pitch for Gillingham. So 20 minutes to go. We've got 4 fresh pairs of legs coming on the pitch now. Into the final couple minutes or so of this game. Wakeling's coming forward here. Can Diabate get across? He cuts the ball back for Coleman. Shot comes in, and that is a massive save from Sam Walker. I have scheduled for Sanderson to come on the pitch as well for Andy Cook. I did that about 15 minutes or so. It wasn't long after our subs actually came on, but that's the first time the ball's gone out of play. So Sanderson's on for the final 90 seconds plus stoppage time, and Gillingham do now have a corner. Nolan will take left-footed outswinger. It's a good ball in, but Sam Walker there claims it on this occasion. He was largely at fault for the goal that we conceded, but that save could have potentially won us a massive 3 points in this game. Away at top of the table, all we've got to do is keep the ball at the top end of the pitch. It'll be very hard for Gillingham to score from this position. As we're over the 2 minutes added on, can we have the full-time whistle? Bailey picks up the ball, stepping in. There it is. What an episode. 3 wins from 3. I think 10 goals scored, 2 conceded. We've beaten top of the table away from home. Sir Andrew Ellis Cook is absolutely flying once more, and Bradford City are steamrolling. We are like a steam train. We are coming for top of the table. Colchester drew 2-2 with Grimsby, so we are still in 4th, but we are definitely approaching the automatic promotion places. We're now only 1 point away from it. We're also only 5 points away from top of the league following that result. We've got a chat here from Andy Cook. Hopefully it's praise about his game time and not wanting a new contract. I'm happy with the games you're giving me, boss. I'm proud of you. You've been absolutely brilliant, Cook. There's nothing more that I could say. You are the best player in the world. We'll give you the keys to the city. Did Lyle Taylor score? Of course he did. But Cook is now level with Lyle Taylor. I don't know why it's not like 1-1. I don't know why Cook's second. It doesn't make any sense. But Ironside's creeping up behind. Andy Cook needs to keep up this good form. Thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Your support as always is massively appreciated. 30 likes on today's video will be massively appreciated. And Ibrahim Austin wants to cancel his contract. He is 18 years of age, 53 rated, and his potential's maximum 66. I'm not interested in anything you have to say. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all later.